Welcome back to my channel. I'm Broke Bae on a Budget, and surprise in the mail today we got the Budget Mom binder in. I'm so excited. So let's fill it out together. If that's something you're interested in seeing, like, follow, watch, share, subscribe, do whatever, but let's get into it. Here is the beautiful budget book. I'm so excited. So I got the big size one, and I already did get it. Like I said, I had one, then it got destroyed by hot chocolate. So let's start this all over again. I have all of my pencils and markers and everything ready to go in this purple lovely bag. So I've got my highlighters so I can get done, and we already had the worksheet filled out here. There it is. So I know we're gonna need this. So that'll be useful. I'm actually going to turn this on. And there we go. Yay! That's me, Kiwi. So let's get started into this book more. Got my name on it. This doesn't usually go out of my sight, so I'm not too concerned. I want to get into why you're on this financial journey. Why do you want to get better with your money? Well, I'm on this financial journey because I tend to get off track really easily, and I really want to have a better understanding of where my money has been going and why I'm living paycheck to paycheck. And I want to see the end results at the end of the year about, like, how I see other YouTube subscribers, and they do like the cash on stuffings, and that's just something I want to see. And I don't know, it's so satisfying seeing everyone's success story of how I've saved this much, let's do this much unstuffing, and like, it's just phenomenal, and it just makes me really want to get to that point and be to the point where I have money put aside for things like car maintenance or things like my kids' lunches if they want lunches, not like, oh, I'm sorry, I don't have the money. Like, I don't want to be in that situation anymore. I want to move forward. So next, continue to ask follow-up questions. Why is your answer what is from the question above? For example, if you answered the question above with, I want to pay off debt, you need to ask, why do you want to pay off debt? Keep drilling down and asking the next question. So I want to pay off debt because it means that there's less money that I'm putting into paying off like credit cards. It's not a lot that I have on credit cards, but it's enough that $1,600 shouldn't be going back towards credit cards. I could have $1,600 that I've had to repay over and over throughout the years, which means I could have had $5,000 into savings, if not more, if I wasn't constantly using my credit cards to fill in the gaps for sinking funds and birthdays and Christmases and all kinds of other things that just come up and are just naturally that come up throughout the year. So I want to make sure that I'm not using my credit cards for things like this. I want an emergency fund. I don't want to continue in the path that I'm going down. I want to be better with my money. So let's write that down. So my why. Does your why evoke emotion? It does. It does evoke emotion, and it does because I feel like I'm just always so far behind, and every time that I've tried to get ahead in my budgeting, I feel like something always happens because I didn't plan for an unplanned expenditure, and that just saddens me because just before Christmas I was $2,000 above in savings and putting stuff aside, and then something came up and then I was back to zero again, and that just sucks because I worked really hard to get there. I worked lots of hours in the summer to get there, which means all the hours that I worked to get there was for nothing because I'm starting back at zero. So it's not good. It's not good at all. Does your why affect other people that you love? It does. It does affect other people that I love. Like my children. So because I worked so many hours in the summer, I missed a lot of opportunities to do things with my children and my family for summer outings because I wanted to get ahead. And then after I got ahead, then again something happened and I got back down to zero. So I missed opportunities in the summer with my family and my children because I worked so hard to get ahead a little bit, then just to be dropped back down like 5 steps. And that just really sucks, knowing that if I would have just done it better or planned better or budgeted better, I wouldn't have missed those times, and I still would have had at least some sort of budget and plan that I wouldn't have had to start back at zero. So next year in January and for 2025, my goal is to fix this, to fix my spending affecting my family. Is your why visual? It is. It is visual. I have so many visuals of what I want to do, where I want to go, and I've made categories now so that I can see my visual. So I have a food, like I have all these ready for my budget binder. They're all cut out, printed, and they're ready to go for me to see each one of these in perspective, right in plain view of what I'm doing, because I find also that if I have it inside of my bank account, it's so easy to just quickly tap your account and then at the end realize, where'd all my money go? And I need it to be more visual so that I'm not just spending and I don't have my money with me when I'm out. So I can't be like, oh, I'll just get that because I'm not going to have money to do that. And I have visuals for my goals that I want to do to succeed. Is your why specific and clear? It is. It is very specific and clear. I made that very abundantly clear, what I want my money to work for me, not me working for my money. I want it the other way around. So that's what I plan to do. So that is that page. Let's move on to the next. So this is financial plan. Let's bring this a little bit up higher. Financial plan goal worksheet. Short-term goals within 1 year. So within 1 year, me and the father of my children, we've been together for many years, and I want to take him on a vacation, him and myself. We've actually never been anywhere with me and him, and my goal is to actually go somewhere together. So my goal within 1 year is to actually just save up enough money to go on a vacation for 1 week. That's it, just 1 week together. It can be anywhere as long as we are together. And that is my goal, just something that we can do after we've worked so hard and do so many things that all we're doing is working and paying things off. And I just want to treat us, and we don't really do that, and that's my 1 year goal. The estimated cost for this goal is I'm gonna say about 3,000 to 3,500. I'm gonna go 3,500 on the higher mark, because I think for an all-inclusive, even for like the cheapest year, I think it's like, even just if it's Cuba or somewhere, I think that the tickets alone are like $1,000 to like maybe 1,300, as I've been looking on and off, to roughly go. And I don't care when we go, but even if we go like somewhere between like May is my birthday month, so even if we go in that month, it would be like a double whammy. I would go for my birthday, but also go for me and him to just go away. So I'm going to put 3,500 as the goal, and my target amount, like my target date for this is going to be I'm gonna say April 30th, only because I don't want it to be within like the first 3 months. But if we can't make it by April 30th, I definitely want to do it so that we're going maybe in September or like August, like just before school goes back to start for my children. That way, after we've worked really hard in the summer and done all the things, just me and my husband go somewhere. So I'm going to say between April and July will be my best, like somewhere in there is when I want the target date to finish. Then I have my medium term goals within 5 years. So within 5 years, I would like to own a home. We don't rent, but we live in an area that the home is already owned by a family member, and we pay like the utilities and stuff like that, but it's not ours. We can't stay here forever. We have no equity on it. We can't do major changes with it because it's not ours, and I want something that is ours. And within 5 years, I'm 34, so I know I'll be like 39, but within 5 year frame, I would like to own a home, even if it's just a beater upper start home. It doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to be ours, and then we can do with it whatever we want with it, obviously within reasons and permits, but we can do whatever we want with it, and we can truly make it our home. And I live with my mom, and it needs to be a home. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it does need to be a home that will also fit my mom and her boyfriend, as I love my mom to pieces, and she is within my goals of taking care of her when she becomes that age that needs to be taken care of. She needs to be with me, and there's no talking me out of this. And the father of my children also agrees that we cannot get away from this part. Not that I want to. She stuck with me till death do us part. I already told my mom. She already knows, so it's fine. So that is my goal, is to own a home. So the estimated cost for that, well, I am in Ontario, and the housing market where I live is pretty high, so who knows what the amount is going to be. But if I had to give it an estimation, I'm just gonna give the estimated cost of a down payment that I would need within a 5 year span, and it would be my first time owning a home, and you need like 5 to 10% down. And for the pricing that homes go here, that would just be at least 6 bedrooms is what we need, is going for like 800,000 plus. So I'm going to say at least $50,000 for a down payment is what I'm looking to have. And my target date, because it could be anywhere within a year to 5 years, I'm going to put my target date just basically 5 years from now. So it'll be 2030. Wow, that's a long time. So I'm just gonna say the year of 2030, sorry. Wow, just to think of that is crazy. So let's bring it down a bit. My long-term goals within 10 to 15 years, which I actually do have long-term goals kind of within 9 years. My youngest will be 18 in about 9 years, and I actually have a plan that I want to go traveling across the world when my youngest turns 18, with just me and my man, because again, like I said, we don't really go anywhere, and we probably won't do very many like vacations with just me and him, but I do want to travel Canada, not even just the world, just Canada. There is so many things in Canada that you can do, and I just want to travel it, and I want to take 6 months out to do that. So you need quite a bit of money for that, probably about, I'm gonna say, almost a year's worth of income. So between $20,000 to $25,000 is what I'm looking, because it also means I need, I just want to buy a motorhome, and we're just going to travel in a motorhome style and do like half camping and half hotel, or even just motorhome style for like 6 months. And I want 6 months to a year is what we're going to travel for, is what the goal is, because I want to take my time and really enjoy just life, because I might not even make it to that long, and then if I don't, then all my money is just going to be given to my kids, divided evenly onto all 3 of them. So the goal is, if I don't make it to this year's, then my kids will have some extra money in their pocket, and if I do, then I'm going to enjoy 1 solid year of not having to work and just enjoy the view and the beauty that Canada and just has to offer. And so that's what that goal is. May not seem big to others, but just sightseeing Mother Earth is just something that would be really beautiful. I'm Native, and I would like to just sightsee and view different reservations and different areas, and just kind of get back with nature as well. So it won't be full nature, because obviously I have really bad feet. So going bare feet in the woods is not something I do, but I do wear slippers. And I do want to do camping. It just won't be like full tent camping, it'll be glamping, but that's okay. I'm still out there. Hiking is good, all that is good, just no tent camping for me. So let's put that down. 1 year, 1 year travel across Canada. This one's gonna be excited, and again, it's gonna be at least $25,000. It'll just be the 2 of us. I'm gonna say it's gonna cost approximately about 1 year, and my target date is technically 9 years, so it's kind of within its realm. But even if I did 10 years from now, that would be 2035. So I will put that as my target date. So now we have memberships and subscriptions. So I actually don't really have very many memberships. My mom's boyfriend actually pays for all the memberships. He gets a discount on all of them, so he actually pays for them. So I don't have to pay for like Disney and Amazon. We just kind of share. So it works out great that way. But I do have now officially, because I have a problem, this is why I'm budgeting. I do have Spotify. It's music, and I will not give that up for the life of me. And I did just add in Canva currently, so that I can make more of these. Also have PowerPoint director, or it's something along those lines. It's just a video editor. Sure, I'm gonna have to come back to these, because I actually don't remember the due date for any of these, or the annual cost or monthly cost, because they've just been coming out of my account. And like I said, this is why I need to budget, because I don't remember when any of these are, which is kind of not very smart. So, whoops. So for my savings goals, I'm gonna come back to that, because I'm not really sure what I'm doing next year for savings goals. I do know I have the 100 envelope challenge and for that challenge, I actually have little envelopes that I made myself and laminated myself, and I actually put on these scratch off stickers that I get to scratch off and reveal what I'm saving. So I try and make it so that every month I have $200 that I set aside for savings, and that was before, and I'm going to 2025 and I don't actually know what I'm doing for savings or how much I'm going to have left over for savings. So we're going to get back to that one, this one as well. This is interesting. Yearly spending overview. So this is actually going to be really exciting to see what each month expenses are, especially when you come to the months that have like holidays, like Christmas. That's obviously everyone. I feel like everyone's holiday is really big, but I also am not a fan of birthdays. So I have a deal with my children that they either get a birthday party where they get to invite guests, or they get cash of $300, and all of my children prefer cash over birthday parties because then we go out and they get to go on a shopping spree, and we still buy pizza and cake for them, but they get to buy whatever they want. And we live in the country, so there's not really any neighbors or people from their school that we can invite over, so they really like going on spending, and they also do their own budget binders as well, and they're starting to kind of get a hang of it, and we're restarting them in this year as well. So it's gonna be really excited to see the differences of where the spending is going, and if I'm less in 1 month or more in 1 month. So the expense categories I do have so I actually can write them down though, because like I said, I did like a free printable version already, so I kind of know what I was doing. So holidays. Oh, I like that green. That's pretty. All right, that looks so beautiful. All right, so then that is that. And now we're on to the categories. And of course, we're gonna do it in alphabetical order again. So what I mean by mileage is that I actually get compensated for mileage for my transportation. So I'm going to actually put that in the transportation area to then offset some of these other categories. So anytime I get mileage, which I get monthly paid out, I'm just going to put it in this. And then if I don't have enough in any of these categories, minus gas, because I allot a certain amount of gas every 2 weeks. So if any of these 4 categories don't have enough in it, then I can offset it with the mileage, because the mileage is compensated for my work, so it kind of helps them. So that is all of that. And we're just gonna put this away now. We can throw that out. Ooh. We no longer need that one. So, these are just thoughts and notes. I don't really have any right now, so we'll come back to that. But here is the month of, this is the month of January, and we have to fill that out, but I'm actually going to fill it out probably next week on Wednesday, which is in a couple days. It's actually my day off, and then I can do another video on that because that's going to take a hot minute to fill out. And then once I do that, because it's also going to be the 1st, and I get my first paycheck of January on the 3rd, so on the 1st I can also fill this all out as well, or I'll just do it all together and I will fill this out. No, I'll probably just do it separately. I will fill this out on the 1st, and that'll be a whole video with stickers and whatever to kind of give me more visuals, and then I can fill this out either the same day or I can do it on Friday when I get my paycheck. I don't do like a budget. I wait for my paycheck to actually come down, and actually I can do it all on the same day because I do get my pay stub on Tuesday or Wednesday, so I can do this and this all together on Wednesday because I will know exactly what my income is to continue. So that is it for that, and then that's it. That's just how we're gonna keep going, and hopefully we're just gonna dominate this and just keep going. And I hope that you continue to follow along with my journey, and if you're following with my journey, then maybe you're also doing your budgeting, and we can even just budget together. So if you want to watch my budgeting video while you're budgeting, and we can go through trials and tribulations together, successes and fails together, then that's what we can do. So until next time, bye.